What is going on, guys? It is DMG here, and today is going to be the very first episode of the Chumpions League. Now, we kind of did like a little bit of an intro thing, so you can go watch that if you want to, but essentially, we are putting together all of the worst and least desirable icons all into kind of essentially one Champions League style group, and we kind of let them battle it out and see who comes out on top, ergo being the champion of the chumps. Now, if you don't remember, these were the groups that we set up. Now, they were seeded just like they are in real life, with the first line being typically some of the better icons, and then obviously progressively, lower by lower, it tends to get worse, which is why we see someone like Larson or Kocha in the first line, and then we see Inzaghi in the last. However, while everything is seeded and there is some order there, the group makeup is actually completely random. We actually held a Champions League draw style video from a few weeks ago, so then we can kind of get everything sorted out this way. Now, with how I present the videos, it is going to be a little bit different. If you guys want to see something else, just let me know. But what we're going to do is just essentially go group by group. It could be completely random, so it's not going to be necessarily A, B, C, D. In fact, we actually start with group F in this video, but essentially we just go icon by icon, getting all of the points tallied up for that particular icon, and then at the very end of the video, we kind of switch around some of the standings, see how many points they got, talk about some of the players, and then we just go from there. Now, if you do want to see it presented a certain other way, just let me know. We can obviously talk about it in the comments down below, because it's obviously the first time we're kind of doing something like this. But like I said, we are going to be starting off with Group F with the likes of Hagi, Trezeguet, Vieri, and Inzaghi. All right, next up is the Romanian legend Hagi. A lot of people seem to kind of hate on this guy. I mean, he's under 400k and he essentially just looks like a fakir with a little bit less physical. I mean, he has better shooting, he has better passing, he has just as good dribbling. It's genuinely fakir. They're both left-footed as well. I mean, I don't know. To me, it seems kind of odd that some people are not really willing to try to use this guy. So we'll see how he does. I am putting an engine on him. I think that's his best chem style. I think his shooting is already good enough, especially with the shot power, the long shots. The fact that he's left-footed is helpful, at least in my opinion it is. And it's pretty simple. We're just going to play him as an out-and-out cam. Now, we may try him at center mid as well, but center attacking mid, just a pure, just regular cam that you would use as, Fakir or anyone else. That's who we're going to try to put him at. So at the end of the 3 games, not 4, we had to give 1 away. He did get 1 goal and 3 assists. Now, to be fair to him, he probably should have had like 5 goals, 4 or 5 goals, and about 4 or 5 assists, if I'm being completely honest. Insanely unlucky, which I think overall, I think that's just his performance. over these 3 games was just unlucky. That's what it was. First game, I think that he was good, hit the post in that game, he got a goal, he got an assist, but it was just a couple of the passes that were just kind of off here and there. He also should have had an assist 1 or 2 times in that last game as well. In fact, he actually totaled 2.6 expected assists and around 2.1 expected goals, meaning he arguably should have had 5 goal contributions in that last game, but he just got 1. Now in the second and third game, I gave him 1 point in each. In the second game, you could argue that's a little bit generous. In the third, you could argue the exact opposite, to be honest, but I thought that kind of averaged out to a fair rating, and overall, he ended with 5 points. Now at the moment, and I put a finisher on him because I do think that's the chem style you put on him, a hunter or a finisher. I think finisher is good because he's never going to be that fast anyway. He's still going to be under 90 pace even with a hunter. He's not going to outpace any fullback and most likely not any fast center back. Overall, 3 goals, 3 assists, most of it coming from that second game, which he did have a good game. That's fair enough. He did have a good game in that second game. It was the shooting though, which just wasn't as consistent. I expect him to finish virtually every single shot, even some on his 3-star weak foot. I mean, hell, Delit finished on his 3-star weak foot with 50 finishing. More than likely, Inzaghi is just not going to go through, but it's not looking too good. Okay, Trezeguet, 4-1-2-1-2, 4-2-3-1. Gonna be one of those two, I figure. Hunter's gonna be the best chem style. Let's get you going. So David Trezeguet, he did play 3 games. We quit one of them just so then we could go back and stay in the same division for the other players. So in 3 games, he had 6 goals. He got 2 goals in the first, a hat trick in the second, and then 1 goal in the last game. First game, I thought he was all right. He was just not as clinical as I thought he was going to be, especially with the chem style that we had with 99 positioning, 99 finishing, 98 shot power. But, you know, second time around, he had much better, he was much better at being clinical. He had a 2.7 expected goals, but he did get a hat trick from it. Last game, we saw a little bit of his deficiencies, right? He just wasn't really involved in the play. We tried doing a 2-striker formation a little bit, and it just did not work at all. He just doesn't really seem to fit that position. He's more of like a 1-striker formation type of guy where he, you know, drops in, you kind of ignore him until the final third where you either lob it up to him and try to get a header, or you try to just kind of get like a 1-touch, maybe a skill move since he does have 4-star skills, and then shoot it. That's kind of all that he is type of, you know, all he's really good at. He did end with 7 points. So I don't really know what the other players are going to do, but I do think 7 points should be enough to at the very least qualify and do somewhat all right. So last up in this group is Vieri, and this guy seems pretty straightforward. He has decent pace with a hunter, goes to 93. He has great shooting, he has good physical, but he cannot dribble, he cannot pass, and he does not have 4-star skills. Obviously, he's the type of guy that you're just going to send on a run and then either get him the ball for a first-time shot or just play around him, and then hopefully he eventually gets himself open, and then you get him the ball and he shoots it first time. He's not going to be on the ball. He's not going to be good at linking up play. He's going to be someone that you take out of the attack until the literal last second. This was his shot. First of all, supposed to be a volley. This is his shot. We're just going to go ahead and ignore that and just say he got an assist. So in the 3 games that we played, again, keep in mind, we typically had to give a game away with these players because we wanted to stay within the same division, the same area. He had 5 goals, and not 3, but 4 assists. Because remember, one of the things in like the first or second game was when I tried to like shoot the ball, but it ended up being just a pass. Now, whether it's a shot or not, it obviously was a shot, but it looked like a pass, all right? And it was a pass. He was the last one to touch it before his teammate who put it through in on goal, right? That's an assist in my book, right? So 5 goals, 4 assists, 3 goal contributions per game. In fact, that was the best ratio out of anyone in this group, was the 9 goal contributions that he had. He's very good at shooting. He has some good physical. With a hunter, he goes to 93 pace, which is pretty good, and he uses that extremely well. 5 goals, 4 assists. We're counting the one that was like a shot pass thing in the very first game. He was amazing. He got all 9 points, 3 points for every single game. Insane. So at the end of their games, Group F is all said and done, and topping the group is Vieri with all 9 points, 3 wins in all of his 3 games. We have Trezeguet coming in second with 7 points, Hagi coming in third with 5, and Inzaghi coming up last with 4 points. Now, there are obviously some pretty surprising things that happen in this group. One is obviously that Vieri tops the group, but not only tops the group, but does so in pretty convincing fashion. He had the most goals and assists out of anyone else in the group. He won it fairly convincingly. I thought that I thought he was easily the best player in the group. He just continuously did what he was supposed to do, but not only that, is that he did it extraordinarily well. So well deserved to Vieri. Very surprised, but it is a good surprise nonetheless. Trezeguet is not so much a surprise. We had him as a second seed. I kind of expected him to get 5 to 7 points, somewhere between there. And, he did maybe overperform a little bit with 7, but, again, he was a second seed. That probably makes a little bit of sense why he's there. But the biggest surprise is definitely Hagi coming into third. I would not have expected him to drop lower than second, if I'm being completely honest. I thought second was going to be a fight for Trezeguet and Vieri, but Vieri, again, tops the group at 9, Trezeguet with 7, Hagi with 5, and Inzaghi with 4. So that is the end of the very first group and the first video of the Chumpions League 2021-2022. Now, if you do want to see anything different, let me know. This is obviously still a little bit of a work in progress, and I want to see how you guys are reacting to me doing every single person in the group. Now, obviously, if I were to do something else in the future, I would obviously have all of the games done, but I could also release it just kind of one game at a time throughout all of the groups and kind of have it as like a real kind of Champions League / World Cup feel, or if you want me to continue as doing one group all at once just to kind of see who advances, who stays, who doesn't go, all of that good stuff, just let me know. But again, I do want to hear from you, so just let me know in the comments what you guys think and what you guys want to see. But like I said, that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been DMG. Peace.